Hello everyone, this is Earl, Low Tech Mods. I'm showing off my new box mod design. The first part of this video is going to be just a basic explanation on how these mods function and how to put batteries in, and then the rest of it will be showing off the individual ones I have here because I've only made 6. 5 of these will be going up for sale. The number 1 will not be going up for sale. It was promised to a friend of mine. So the serial numbers 002 through 006 will all be available. I'm not even keeping one for myself. I really kind of want to, but what are you going to do? The one not going up for sale is over here. It's a Wenge. Looks really good with the brass. The wood came out nice and dark, almost black. Still a little brown to it, but it's very nice. To show you the internals of these box mods, I'll just grab this one here. This is a Bacote. They're a little large, but that's because these are dual battery box mods. Dual batteries in parallel. Behind it here you see this little block. They need these to function. You have these top thumb screws here. I'll sit it down. You just unscrew them. Each one has a washer on it. This is really to keep the thumb screw from turning against the wood, so don't lose the washers. But you take all 3 of those thumb screws out. And you remove the wood plate. It's easy to remember which way goes down because there is a little bit larger of a gap here from this hole than the one on the top, so the one that's closer to the top goes towards the 510 connection of the box. The design on these is really simple, and I'm surprised it took me as long as it did to come up with it, but I decided to keep it extremely simple. You have this bottom plate of wood with these posts and this center frame. All this stuff is brass, all the internals, and it has that usual big brass switch that I make. It uses a manufactured stainless steel 510 with a self-adjusting spring-loaded brass center post, so you can flush your atomizers all the way down there. It's got the 22mm deck, but you can leave that sitting on the wood plate, and then you take this block of wood here with this plate on it. The springs inside it are not brass, because the brass springs I normally use are huge and I needed something a little smaller. These are gold plated steel springs, more for like flashlights and stuff, but they're soldered onto that brass plate down there. This block is only made out of red oak because there was no point in putting, you know, expensive exotic woods on the insides of these boxes. But you take your 2 batteries. I got 2 flat tops here. And you have to put them in negative side first. They both have to go in the same way. You could probably put them in positive side first. There's enough surface area on these that it'll work either way, but regardless, they both have to go in exactly the same, negative or positive, because if you don't, it'll just be a short on your batteries. That's the danger with parallel battery boxes. But you just line up your batteries with those 2 bottom posts down there, like that, and then you compress the block and push it in, and it rests between the posts and the top of that and the bottom of that 510 in there, and that's all there is to it. And when you push the switch, it makes contact, completes the circuit. See, like I said, a very simple design here. Like I said, this is number 2. This is the Bacote. And since I've basically explained how the mod goes together, I'll just show off the rest of them after this. So if you're not interested in seeing the rest of them, now you know how they work. You don't have to watch the rest of this video. You just tighten everything back down, may want to take a little time to line everything up nice and square. I just kind of threw it on there, so that's it. This is really to showcase the different natural woods. Each one of these is made out of a different type of wood. This one's the Bacote. Some of them are made a little differently, like this one, which is number 3. This one is Paduk wood. It's really light and has like a sheen to it that's really nice. I sunk the screws into this one to give it a try, see how it would look. But it functions exactly the same as the others. This one is kind of tricky because the lid is really tight on this. So you actually have to, I recommend putting this together by removing all, when you take it off and you want to put it back on, you want to start with this top one and then line up your other ones because of how the posts are inside this one. The frame is also very tight to those posts, so you have to push it all the way down, and then, like I said, start with the top one, get it started, and then do the others. This one is the trickiest one out of the bunch, but it looks really nice. The wood has a nice reddish color and it's shiny. All of them have the exact same etchings. They have the Mr. Steamhead and a little LM on there and a gear pattern along the sides and on top there, and then the serial number stamped down at the bottom here on the back side. That's number 3. Number 4 here is a Cocobolo. It's very heavy wood, but it's real nice looking. Like I said, they all have the same etchings. With that center frame that comes completely off, it'll make cleaning them or polishing the brass a lot easier. You don't have to worry about getting stuff on the wood. You can just pull the whole thing apart and give it a quick polish, ready to rock it outside and downtown. This one is a leopard wood, number 5. My camera's going crazy with the self-adjusting because of the glare off the brass. That's just so you can get a good look at the woods here. These 5 will be available. This one is a red heart. I chose to try this out instead of bloodwood this time. It's very similar in color. It's a nice deep red. And what's neat is if you think of these little brass thumb screws as feet, they just sit there kind of like a little box. They look kind of nice. But that's the new mod. So those 5 will be going up for sale. Alright, thank you for watching.